Everybody, and welcome back to Extreme Racing Leagues, and once again welcome back to the Dev League. Here it is the XRL anniversary weekend, and we have our race here in Mexico. Unfortunately, Lopez is unable to join us, but we have got the actually first time commentator Ryan Hurricane here joining us. How are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
I am doing pretty good. Looking forward to this race. We have a full grid of drivers, and I think Mexico is a pretty decent track. Hopefully one that's going to bring a lot of excitement, and we're going straight to quali here, so let's get ready for this.
That should be a good time. It's definitely a fun track to race on.
Yeah, it's quite a complex track, a lot of different types of corners, and obviously you have the very long main straight as well, which is where we're going to be seeing a lot of our overtakes. I think, especially as well, Sector 2 in qualifying, we're going to have to watch out for that one.
Yeah.
Turns 7 through 11 are pretty difficult, and I reckon there's going to be a lot of invalidations there.
Yeah, they're tricky to get right and maintain pace for sure, even in the race. Well, I think a lot of people are probably going to struggle on turn 1 and turn 2, that chicane, for invalidating as well.
Yeah, that is, especially as you're coming in from a very high speed, well, pretty much coming in from top speed because of the straight. Yeah, you have a chance of outbraking yourself, but this is Dev League, and I will have to see if we've got any new drivers, but hopefully it should be quite good anyway. We have a lot of quick guys in here, and yeah, full grid, and I am noticing a few unfamiliar faces. I believe the Racing Point in 19th, Matt, he seems to be new. XRL Gusty, he's obviously not a new, but he's possibly a reserve. I think that's it though, maybe King Jacob, I don't recognise him either, but we do have some familiar faces. Asda and Zola, I think, probably the ones that have been in the most, but yeah, full grid, so I am definitely looking forward to this. Now we just have to play the waiting game for first car to come out for qualifying.
Yeah, on my timing screen, Schumacher's on inters right now.
Yeah, it's the same for me actually. All dry as well for the race and qualifying, no real surprise, but at least we know for sure. Yeah, is he going out on the inters? I'm trying to. It says he's still on them, but I think they are. They are definitely the intermediates. That is
Killier.
That is interesting. I mean, it could have been a mistake. I don't see what benefit he has from going out on them.
It's supposed to be dry through everything, right?
Yeah, full dry.
Maybe it's just a accident.
Yeah, I mean,
or it's confidence.
I mean, if he can get through to Q2 on inters, then fair enough, but he's probably going to come in and change them. But anyway, let's see who is. That is AlphaTauri actually. Is that AlphaTauri? I always get confused between the blue cars. There we go. Higgsy is the car ahead on the outlap, and he's almost actually coming out for his hot lap. So let's watch on board as we go through the first hot lap here of the Mexican qualifying. Already yellow flag in sector 2, probably someone just letting past, but yeah, here we go on board with Higgsy in the Red Bull, straight on to the massive main straight. I don't know if it's the longest, but I think Vietnam may be slightly longer, but it's very big and very heavy braking straight to turn 1, and then almost instantly into turn 2 and 3. As you said, a very complex set of corners where invalidations could be possible onto another straight, so overtaking a lot. I think sector 1 is going to be the main point to look out for. Once again, heavy braking into 4 and 5, pretty similar actually to the first set of corners, but now it gets a bit more interesting as we have the weird 2x apex turn 6. Oh, it's invalidation already for Higgsy on his first lap. Let's see who's behind him. Oh, Zaven's validated as well. I believe that's Wild Nissan, who has also invalidated. This is sort of, I guess, what we expected, but...
Football boss
on board
is, I
with
think, next in line, and hasn't invalidated yet.
Oh yeah, let's go on board with Football Boss. Here we go. This is the tricky part I was talking about. Yeah, 7 to turn 11. It is fast. And that is definitely not how he meant to take it. I don't know whether he just abandoned his lap or whether he mucked up, but that's yet another person. I'm going to go on board with Dino because he is on his lap. And we get to the stadium section, the final part, probably the best part of the track. It is just brilliant, especially at the end when all the fireworks and smoke go off. But after, we didn't really get to watch a full lap, but I think we saw most of it. Oxy with a 1:14.9 is the fastest, and Dino validates on the last corner as we're watching him. I think we're just cursing everyone here when we watch on board of them, because they're all invalidating. But we've had a few laps set. Oxy with a 1:14.9 is the fastest. Asda, who's a fair way behind with a 1:15.3. And then a few more are coming in. But yeah, a lot of people struggling early on with track limits here.
It's tough to get right when you're trying to push all the time.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of it in Q3 as well, because that's where you really need to push. I mean, here, I assume some of the guys are pushing quite hard, but some of the faster ones maybe not as much. And if they're invalidating now, yeah, I can't imagine what it's going to be like when they're really trying to push. Ooh, Matt Veg with a 1:14.7, slightly quicker than Oxy there.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ooh,
Skinny fishbone.
Skinny fishbone. Oh, lucky you're on board with that. That is a big spin, and luckily he's actually avoided any damage there. But
Yeah, he didn't
that is certainly a
save the
big
car.
spin, just turn 11. That is a very, yeah, it's a fast section. I just lost control, but fair play, at least he's controlled that, and he's either going to go on for another lap or go into the pits, but he wants to be careful because that could have gone very wrong. Dino again. This is his second or third try. Invalidated. Same with Wild Nissan. Yeah, that's annoying. I mean, really, in Q1, you want to be trying to use just one set of softs so that you can save some. But I mean, that's 3 laps he's been on them. He's technically going to be 4 once he comes across the line. So it's a bit annoying, especially for someone like Dino, who we've seen before is quite quick and probably could get to Q2 and maybe Q3 as well. He's going again, but I think if he invalidates this one, it probably is going to mean he's going to have to stick a new set on, really.
And that's always tough to decide or to make that call, because you never want to use more tires than you need to.
Well, he's keeping it clean so far. Coming up to where he invalidated last lap. He may choose to take it a bit more cautiously, which probably would be a wise idea. He's not doing too bad. He's taking it quite fast, but I think that's clear. Onto the third DRS straight. Now he's just got this final section. Not too bad this part. I reckon he can do it. There we go. Clean lap for Dino, and he goes to P2 as well, the 1:14.9. That could quite possibly be safe for Q2 as well, so at least he's got it done. It's quite impressive actually on 4-lap old tyres. King Jacob, who is...
And it looked like he wasn't running any ERS for the last part, but I'm not sure.
Wow. Very impressive. King Jacob, who is also a new driver, him and Matt, I believe, are the new ones today. Just behind his teammate, looking quite quick as well. Obviously, with the new drivers, you never know how quick they are, so we've had it before where they are very, very quick. I know Schumacher, who hasn't set a lap yet, but he's fairly new and he's been very, very quick in the past few races, so maybe we'll see another one. I mean, Matt, definitely the quickest of the session, so could be a sign of good things to come. Let's see who is... let's go on board with Skinny Fishbone, who has pitted onto some new tyres actually after his spin on his previous attempt, and let's see if he can get his lap right this time.
Ooh.
Apologies for that, just had to mute myself, but Skinny Fishbone about to finish his lap. He's kept it valid.
Yeah, a little squirrely at the end of the exit of the S's, but...
Well, at least he hasn't crashed, and P9 with a 1:15.8, pretty decent time, right in the middle of the grid, so we'll have to see how that plays out. We've got 15 laps set so far, so we can sort of now start to see who is going to have to do another one. I reckon these guys down the back probably going to have to go out again, but I think some of the guys at the front may start to retire because they are probably fairly safe.
Ola's coming around the final corner. In 4.
Pretty decent lap from Zola. I don't know if you've watched any of the streams before, but we, well, Lopez mainly, he has jinxed Zola so many times that he doesn't even talk about him, just so he doesn't jinx him. So I think we just call him the mystery driver, because usually we say his name and then he crashes, so at least he does really well. We can't just avoid him.
Maybe I'll bring him some luck.
Yeah, maybe, you never know.
I'll be his good luck charm.
Maybe you're a good luck charm. We'll be asking for you to come back now every week, just so he can do well.
Who's got Schumacher still got to set a lap. Torpedo's on one.
Torpedo is usually someone who leaves his lap to the very last minute actually, but he's gone out not early, but earlier than he usually would, so he may be predicting that he'll invalidate.
Yeah, it's smart to do just to get, since it's so easy to invalidate here, get one in and then really attack your next one.
Yeah, there's been one or two times where he's gone out very late and only gets one lap, and to be fair, he's quite quick, so he usually is alright, but yeah, especially this track, if you mess that up, then there's just no chance of coming back. And that's a 1:16.099 from him. Not too bad. It's sort of on the edge of the eliminations. He may have to go out again, but we'll keep on board. We've got two We've got Bearded Beer and Schumacher, who Schumacher's about to start his lap. We'll go on board with that. Beer is still in the pit lane, so he is either, well, he's going to have to leave it to the last minute really. Maybe he has enough time to get 2 in, but I'm surprised he hasn't come out earlier.
So far, so good for Schumacher.
Taking it very quick through there. This is probably going to be quite a quick lap for him.
Really attack that corner.
Here we go, Schumacher in the Ferrari. A 1:15.5 puts him P7. That is not too bad, a bit lower than actually I was expecting. Obviously it is only Q1, so I'm sure he'll pick up the pace as we go along, but probably safe for him. Yeah, we've still got Wild Nissan and Steve and Bearded Beer all in the pit lane. Well, actually Foot Boss as well, so 3 minutes left. We've got a few retirements from up the front who are definitely clear for Q2, they don't have to worry. Beastian, who is currently in P17, is on a lap. Oh, he goes quite deep there. And he does improve, yeah, it's improved, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough to get him out of the bottom 5, but he could probably get round for another one, although his tyres are 2 laps old already, so he may be in a bit of a tricky situation. Go on with Wild Nissan on his outlap. And I believe actually, just looking at the Discord, that Bearded Beer unfortunately won't be participating in this qualifying. I just think he unfortunately can't for whatever reason, so he will be not setting a lap, which does mean for the other drivers that that's one less person to worry about, so I'm sure someone will be happy with that.
Gonna do the last the first challenge.
Yeah, I mean if he does, fair enough. I think he's a fairly new driver. I think he joined not that long ago. And Fradders in P15 has retired in the pit lane, and I don't know why. He's safe for now, but if just one of these people gets it quicker, then he's going out. So
yeah, Wild Nissan looks like he's about a second up on his previous time, once he doesn't invalidate.
Could be risky, and I've just noticed actually that Bearded Beer has returned, and he's on his outlap, so he won't be. I mean, he's cutting it close, but. Oh, Wild Nissan, he goes a second and a bit quicker, but it's still not enough. And with Beastian and Foot Boss in the pits, it is only going to be Steve who's invalidated. So it's only Bearded Beer. Steve has invalidated. Wild Nissan is on another lap actually, so we'll see if he can do that. But let's go on board with Bearded Beer. This is literally his only lap of the session, so he has to make this one count really. Push it as hard as he can. But yeah, they have all the other two in the pits actually, so That is interesting to see, and it's
Oh,
invalidation.
invalid.
Oh no, very unlucky. And Wild Nissan was pulling over there, letting him through, so I don't think he's going on a lap. He's speeding up now, but he's not using ERS, so I think that is it. Which means that Fradders is safe, just he's played a risk, but it's gone in his favour. And unfortunately, we didn't see anyone else beat him. Fairly anticlimactic end there to Q1, but overall not too bad. We've got a rough idea of who's looking quick, especially I'm definitely going to look out for Matt here. Completely unknown new driver who is top of the tables here. So yeah, there we go, Wild Nissan into the pits. But there we go, that is Q1 for the Mexican Grand Prix done and dusted. There we go, that is your results for the Q1 session. Checker, oh, he's left there, hopefully he can get back in. So, eliminated from the session, we have LV6 Beastian, Football Boss, Wild Nissan, Steve, and Bearded Beer. But now we move on to Q2, and we will hopefully start to see the times get a bit quicker, and we can once again try and have a look at who is going to be possibly fighting for pole position.
I wonder what some people are going to do for strategies.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. That's always something you want to look at. Obviously the mediums are a possibility. Not too sure of the actual race strategy, but we'll have to find out I suppose. If you know, or if anyone in the chat knows, feel free to give us an idea.
You can do medium hard, but I think it's a bit. If you have the pace, it's doable. The hards are not very good around here, though, in my opinion. It's more than likely going to be a soft, medium, soft, or medium, soft. Which route they take is completely up to them.
A lot of choices. We've got quite a few people going on to mediums. Probably more than half the grid, so that seems to be the preferred one for now. But obviously, being on mediums will make you slower, so you've got to take that into mind and probably see one or two switch back to the softs if they can't be quick enough.
I'm going to ride on board with Matt for his lap.
Alright, I guess I'll do the same actually. It's a good idea actually. Very aggressive gears there coming into the first few corners. Few yellow flags. I believe that is just people letting each other through. No, we've actually, apart from that one spin we had, we've seen no crashes. Touch wood, don't want to jinx anyone, but yeah, we've seen no major crashes. No one's actually retired yet, which is good to see.
Been all clean so far.
Yeah, pretty solid lap.
Have to lift a little the S's. But
And a 1:16.3. We'll have to see how that pairs up. Obviously, he is on the mediums, so we don't know. Zola saying, here comes the Italy tow, and I believe that means he and his teammate are going to be towing each other. So I'm going to actually see if that plays out. The two Ferrari teammates, obviously they are allowed to do that. And I think doing that down the main straight is a good idea actually, because you're probably going to pick up a lot of speed. And that, yeah, even like if you pick up a 10th, that can, well, you probably pick up more than that, but even just something like that can change the whole thing.
I wonder who's okay. So I think Zola's gonna tow Schumacher.
Yeah, it does seem like that. Let's keep on board then.
No, they're not on a lap now, but they will when they come around again.
Interesting as well, Zola's on the soft, so whether that's his proper tyre to be used or whether he's just doing it for the tow, we'll have to see. You would think he would just use the mediums, but
Not if he wants to set his time on mediums.
yeah.
'Cause he's the one giving the tow, so probably using his Q1 softs.
Right, let's see if they can pull it off. I reckon they will. They're both quite experienced. Asta with a 1:15.0. It is on the softs. They may be Q1. Those Q1 ones because they're 2 laps old. So they might be. But yeah, here we go. This is the tow from the Ferrari drivers. They've pulled off pretty well. A decent gap, so they're probably actually going to make use of most of the straight here. And they may even be good. No, he's going to pull off there. So let's see if that gives Schumacher any of an advantage. Obviously no tow for this one, although he has got a car in front which he's couldn't really use much, but maybe it was a little bit of help. Been quite cloudy actually. There was no chance of rain, so it's probably just clouds, but certainly darkened a little bit.
They're pretty good. I untitled the car a bit.
Yeah, it was a little bit slidey through there. Right, here we go. Can he do it at P5 with 16.6? Not too bad. Not far off actually. The whole, well, apart from Asda, the whole of the top 5 are all very close. So that really isn't as bad as may look, but that's probably possibly safe. It just depends really who chooses to go on the softs, but we've got literally everyone apart, well, 2 people are on the softs. One of Zola's in the pits and he may switch, so far medium's definitely a tyre. As I say that, Zave goes onto the softs in the pit. Let's watch. Let's go on board with Snake. He is just about to come on to his hot lap. Oxy saying he was on for the fastest lap, and then he cut the last corner. That is painful, especially the last corner, actually, not one you usually see people cut, but that is unlucky. Right, here we go, Snake with a decent lap on the mediums. Let's see where this puts him. Puts him in P9 with a 1:17.1. That is not too bad. It may have to be a lap he does again. We'll have to see what everyone else does, but yeah, we don't really know.
A lot of people look like they're switching, well, Checker and Gusty look like they're switching the softs.
Yeah, actually.
Already.
A lot of Zola's already out on them, actually, so a lot of people probably, unfortunately, realising they're not too as quick as they thought they could be on the mediums, so having to resort to the softs, which can be a bit annoying, but if it gets them into Q3, it's probably better than them starting lower down.
Wheel spin.
And just noticed as I've gone onto the wets in the pit lane. I think actually last week he did something similar. He actually, I don't know if he's going out on them, but interesting strategy choice.
Kenny Fishbone's coming up to the stadium about to set his first lap on mediums. His third lap on him, I think. Second.
Not a lap he would have wanted there. 1:17.7 puts him in, well, at the bottom, so he's gonna have to think about maybe switching to the softs, or maybe he can try and pick it up on the mediums. Vindy with a 1:15.3 goes up to P2 on the softs. Definitely safe up there. So we only have Higgsy, who is still in the pits, to set a lap, and then obviously we have, of course, the battle from the guys down in the bottom 5 to see if they can try and make it out of the elimination zone. So they're retiring in the pit lane.
as that actually is out on wets.
That is. Done it a few times. Interesting. I'm sure he'll get out of other people's way. I don't think it's breaking the rules because he's done it so many times. You'd think the stewards would say something, but I guess just to entertain himself because he's definitely quick enough. Ooh, on board with Snake, and the Williams of Dino looked like he may have got in his way there. He got out the way, but I think Snake had to brake a little bit just before. Just being precautionary, and that does look like he's lost a lot of time. He won't be happy with that one. He may try and send that in and see if he can get that penalised. He does improve to P8, but yeah, he definitely has to slow down a bit, I think. We'll see.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it wasn't too much, but Zola saying it might be a rule we have to bring in. I assume he's talking there about the going on to the wets. I mean, it depends who does it. I think Asda, he's quite good, so I'm sure he'll get out of people's way, but you don't want a new driver who doesn't know what they're doing going on to them, because that will quite possibly mess up someone's lap.
Yeah, it'll be an incident waiting to happen.
Not very realistic either. I don't think you'd see Lewis Hamilton hopping on the wets and going out on them. Alright, Higgsy setting his lap, goes to P3 with a 1:15.2. Checker is, I think he's just waiting. But yeah, Higgsy definitely safe, which means Skinny Fishbone's retired. Not sure if that was on track or in the pits, but he's out either way. So we have Snake, Schumacher, Jacob and Gusty, who are actually all... I think Gusty's about to start one. Although he's out of fuel. Gusty's out of fuel. So that is Gusty out of the session. He won't be able to improve. So we have Jacob, Schumacher and Oxy. Oxy is just coming on to the end of his lap. They're not going to have another lap to set, so this is going to be the only one. Oxy goes to the top with a 1:14.6. Very good from him. He's definitely safe there. Yeah, Gusty's out of fuel, so it's Fradders as well, who's been knocked out. He's about to finish his lap. He's going into the pits though, so that is Fradders out of the session. Schumacher, let's see, he's on the end of his lap now. And he goes to P5. He is safe. King Jacob, the only one. He is taking it very slowly. I think he may not be improving from this one. Yeah, I don't think he may. He improved, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. So that is him eliminated. And with Gusty low on fuel, that is your Q2 session over pretty much.
Yeah, it looked like Matt aborted his soft lap. So I think he's going to start on...
Yeah, his fastest lap was on the mediums, so fair play, he's managed to abort that. So yeah, he is on the mediums, but we have I actually think he is the only person in the top 10 starting on the mediums, which is pretty impressive. So I think that just shows that he is once again someone to look out for Q3, and that may give him an advantage if he can pull it off for the race. So fair play to him for making that work. And that is Gusty pulling over. Hopefully he can get across the line nice and quickly so we can move on, but there we go, that is Q2 over then. Alright, here we go. Q2 for the Mexican Grand Prix. We have XRL Dino, Fradders, King Jacob, XRL Gusty, and Skinny Fishbone all out of the session. And as we said, Matt Veg, the only one managing to set his time on the mediums, all the others on softs. And there we go. Now we wait for the most exciting part of qualifying, coming on to Q3, where we can see who is going to be fighting out for pole position. Here we go, nice and sunny, and this is the waiting game. Who will go out first? You aren't allowed to give someone your toe, however, if they are, well, unless you're their teammate, but I mean, if someone's in front of, if you're in front of, behind someone, sorry, that could give you toe, so we may see a traffic jam. We have that Asda going out very early, actually. Another one to look out for. He has been doing pretty well in the sessions and in the past few races, so I reckon we're probably going to be looking at him. Matt we've seen as well. I know Zave's doing quite well. Both the Red Bulls look quick, so there's, I mean, 5 or 6 who all have a chance here at pole position, so it is going to be an interesting one.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Here we go, on board with XRL Asda for the first lap of qualifying 3. Let's see how he's going to be able to do.
Nailed that chicane.
Yeah, I gotta say, that was really good. This has been a very clean and very quick lap from Asda. Bit of a lock up at the end there, but other than that, it's been really good. Let's have a look as he comes around the final corner, what kind of time he's able to set. And that's a 1:14.6. That is a pretty quick time. That is a
Nice
quick
lap.
time. Yeah, let's see if anyone's able to beat that. Higgsy has invalidated. So has Matt as well. Zabe hasn't. It's a 1:15.5. Still quick, unfortunately not as quick as Asda, but as I said, it does seem like people are pushing and validating already. Hopefully everyone can set a lap. But Zola with a 1:15.5 just behind Zabe, very close up there. On board with Checker. And it's a 1:15.4 slotting in to P2. Asda still the only one so far to get into the 1:14s. That is XRL Snake just coming around the final few turns. It's a 1:15.8 for him. Oxy as well. 1:14.8, another person to get to the 1:14s. Not too far behind. Oh, that is Checker cutting a lot of corners there. Yeah, but that's Oxy into P2. Very good lap from him. Schumacher hasn't validated. Let's watch on board with Torpedo.
Can't be doing that.
And Torpedo goes into the pits. Yeah, looking at that time, that was unfortunately quite a slow lap. I think Snake's going around to set another time. And he does improve. Puts another place as well. And that is pretty much everyone for the first set of laps. I think Oxy just get very close to the wall there. We've got Matt here on the lap.
Oxy almost smashed into the pit wall on the inside.
I got on board and he was just pulling away from it, and I did think that looked quite close.
Yeah, he did touch it.
Yeah, well, he's going into the pits anyway, so at least that shouldn't have done too much. At least his wheel's still on. But yeah, here we go. Matt, who did invalidate his first time, along with, I think, everyone else who is in the pits, because I'm pretty sure everyone came out. Matt's chosen to go out straight away. We possibly, Zola's just come out, we possibly won't see some of the other guys come out until the very end, because they usually like to wait until the last few moments so that they can get the optimum track temperature and performance. But this is a clean lap here from Matt. It's looking quite quick as well. He's going to be one of the guys to possibly challenge Asda and Oxy for that front few spots in the front row coming around the final corner. And it's a 1:14.8. That is very, very close to Oxy. Literally a few pieces of a second separate those two. That was very.
And he does have time to go back into the pits and get another set to go at it again if he wants to.
Yeah, he definitely should. He's almost cutting the corners there, but yeah, he should have enough time there. So we are going to have another fight on our hands. And he's also looking at the teams. Him and his Racing Point teammate just behind him. They are both looking pretty quick, which is good for the Racing Point constructors. Zola is just about to start his hot lap. Other than that, everyone, apart from Matt, obviously, into the pit lane. So yeah, I reckon we'll see them go out in the last few minutes. Here we go, Zola coming across the line, 1:15.0, putting him in P4, a very nice lap. And
he's kind of towing his teammate too, who's just started his lap.
He is.
Same time.
Another Ferrari tow there. And Asda hasn't validated. He should have enough time to get round. Well, yeah, he won't have enough time to get round, but that is not ideal. Let's go on board a Schumacher actually. But yeah, that is Asda unfortunately going to have to be going around again. Not what he would have wanted. A few people started to come out now. Oh, that was a cut from the Schumacher. That was, yeah, definitely invalidated.
Just a couple more inches to the right and it would have been valid.
Yeah, it is so annoying when you do that.
As is about to start in another lap.
Right, let's see if he can get this one good. He probably would want to get this to be as quick as he can because his tyres will be starting to lose a bit of their life. And if he messes this one up, he's got only one more chance. Big lock up there. Nice and quick through there. He is up by 10th. Just needs to keep it clean through this final sector. Here we go, can he improve? He's up by 10th, coming through into sector 3 around the final corner for Asda, and he does improve by 2/10 at 1:14.4. It's still provisional pole. We still have a lot of drivers behind though who could be challenging for that, so we'll have to wait and see. I think that was just someone just set a time, not too sure who that was, but
It was Schumacher.
oh yeah, Schumacher going to P4. Zola is retiring in the pit lane, so that is him not out of the session, but that is no more times for him. Higgsy is about to finish his lap. Oh, it's a 1:14.9. Pushing Zola down, putting him in P5. Torpedo goes to P8. That is the checkered flag. Let's see. Oxy has invalidated, so he will not be improving. Let's see if Checker can do anything. Checker goes to P6. Zave into the pits.
Matt's almost a 10th up right now after sector 1.
Asda is, yeah, so Asda and Oxy are both done for their laps, which means, yeah, Matt is going to be the one, probably, well, if she maybe Schumacher, but probably the only one here to try and take pole position, maybe P2. I'm sure he'll still be happy with that. He's up by 4/10. That probably would just about push him into the range he needs to be in. It's going to be close. Here we go, Matt in the racing point, coming round the final corner. Can he take pole position? Oh, he almost can. A 1:14.5. Still a very, very good time. Slotting him into P2 just ahead of Oxy there. That is very impressive from those front three. And I do hope that means we're going to be seeing a big battle between those guys. Torpedo comes into the pits.
From Oxy to Zola, I mean, how close.
Yeah, it is a really close session. That is really good to see. That is, well, pretty much only a second between P1 and P10, so that does bode well for the race. This isn't exactly a hard track to overtake on either. I mean, every track's hard, but this one isn't too bad. So, but yeah, there we go. And we have for our qualifying 3, Asda with a 1:14.4 on pole, Matt with a 1:14.5, just 900ths behind him. And we have Oxy, Schumacher, Higgsy, Checker, Zola, Zave Indy, XRL Torpedo, and XRL Snake for qualifying 3. A pretty eventful one there. And yeah, now we can look onto the race. We will, as always, have about a 5-minute break in between. And a question that I believe you just said before the stream. What's your thoughts on lap 1 safety cars? Do you reckon we'll see one today?
I'm going to say no. I think it's going to be pretty clean. I'm hoping it's clean. There will definitely be a safety car, too, I would bet.
Okay, interesting.
How about you? What do you think?
I don't like these questions, but I think if there's going to be one, it's going to be turn one. Other than that, it's maybe sector two. But I reckon, yeah, I agree. I think it's probably going to be clean lap one. It is heavy braking going into turn one because it is still, even though it is starting for the race, it's still quite fast. But I reckon they'll keep it clean. There isn't any rain in this race, no. And actually, just whilst we are in this little break here, I'll take the time, as it is the XRL anniversary weekend, to talk about the giveaway, which will be taking place tomorrow, Sunday at 5 PM in the X1 broadcast. I'm sure you've heard it a lot, but I might as well repeat it if you haven't entered. All the information is in the Discord. I'll read it out. Unfortunately, I can't get the picture up on stream, but we have 3 prizes to give away to everyone. The number 3 prize for every XRL member that follows our sponsors and XRL social media. So that is all Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. All the information can be found in the announcements as well for all the different channels. And that they will be participating for a sponsor pack, which I believe will include stuff like clutch control grips. I believe maybe a track, 3D printed track, and just other stuff from our sponsors. So make sure you're in for that one. And then our number 2 prize for everyone following all of our XRL social media will be 2 copies of the F1 2021 game. Those usually go for about £50-60 each, so that is a pretty big prize there. So that is, yeah, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. Make sure you're following all of those to be in with a chance. And then the number 1 prize, the biggest prize of the giveaway for all Twitch subscribers here on the channel, will be a £200 race car experience in Silverstone, or the equivalent if you are one of our American viewers, driving a real life racing car, which is going to be brilliant if anyone wins that. Well, obviously someone will, but whoever wins that will be very lucky. You can redeem it if you don't have somewhere near you for the £200, but I certainly would be taking the race car experience because that would be very, very fun indeed. But yeah, that is the anniversary giveaway, and announced tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that one. Right, here we go. People are readying up, and it's 20 seconds till lights out.
Want me to I'll cover the back?
Alright, I will do the main lights out, I guess then. Yeah, you just cover the back, and feel free to cut in if there's anything major. Here we go, 5 lights are coming on. And the lights are out very quickly, and we are underway here at Mexico. Looks like a pretty slow start for Asda. Matt has already taken him, and Asda, with an incredibly slow start, is taken by Matt already before turn 1. Schumacher maybe able to get on that as well. Here we go,
Someone
people
in the
on the
grass
grass
in
down
the
the
back.
back.
Oh,
Ooh,
no.
That's a big crash. That is a big crash down the back. And a VSC virtual safety car has been brought out after a pretty, I could just see it in the back of the stream there. That was a lot of people switching and moving about. No one is out, luckily, but I assume that has a lot of wing damage.
They were going 4 wide at one point, and I know one car went on the inside grass and then came out, And then the camera switched when everybody started braking, and that's when everybody went into the left side wall.
Well, virtual safety car, not a real one, so I think our predictions still count, but we're going green. And look at that, Asda dropped down 2 positions already after a pretty slow start. Very unfortunate for him. Already, actually, Matt's pulled away a decent gap. We'll see. Zave's getting very close to the back of Zola. Is he going to make a move? He's switching it around the outside. Oh, he breaks in. I think he spun Zola out. He has. He spun Zola out. Zola goes into Checker and takes a big hit there. That was some wing damage for him and for Checker as well. Zave's just clipping his wheel. Hard to see whose fault it was from the angle, but that is very unfortunate there. Zola dropping down to P10. He'll probably have to go into the pit lane. Checker as well. Yeah, he must have got wing damage into the pits. Same with Zola. And we're probably going to see quite a few pitters already after that incident. Quite a few. 5-second penalty for Skinny Fishbone for speeding. That is not ideal. Someone's close here. Fradders is very close with Higgsy. Can he get the move done? He can't quite. On the straight though. He's got his overtake on. He's gaining a lot. He's going to pull to the inside. Heavy late braking. He's gone very deep there. A bit too deep. And he isn't able to get the position just yet. And I think Gusty just got him as well there. Looking back up to the front, we have Asda catching back up to Schumacher. Oh yeah, definitely. Mike, who is Zola, is definitely going to be annoyed of that. Ooh, Asda almost making the move there.
Still early though.
Yeah, definitely early lap 1, so more than enough time to pick yourself back up. Front 3 are very, very close now actually. DRS will be, I believe, it's enabled this lap, so they'll be having that soon. Here we go for the lead. Schumacher is going to be going down the inside of Matt into turn 1. Can he make it stick? He cuts the curb a little bit. Round the outside now, and Matt, I think, has just got double overtaken. He has. Schumacher takes the lead, Asda takes P2, and Matt unfortunately drops down 2 seconds behind already into P3. Let's see if Asda's able to catch up to Schumacher now. He is within a second, so he will be in range of DRS. DRS is on. He's probably a little too far back now, but I reckon on the main straight he'll definitely be close enough to make a move. Higgsy with a 3-second time penalty. Here we go, even without the DRS he's catching. Asda, who probably won't even have to make the move on the main straight, takes P1, and yeah, there we go, even before turn 1 he has got the move done. Back up to where he is, where he was from the beginning. And he's done well there to make up those 2 places. Schumacher will obviously not want to let him go, but if he's too quick there's not much he can do there. Dino with the fastest lap. Let's have a look at the back of the grid, because I can see Zola is getting quite close to a few people.
Yeah, he just got passed. Oh! They've almost lost it at the exit of the S's. Now Snake got by him. Jacob's passing Matt on the straight. Matt not having a good time here.
Yeah, he really isn't. That's, well, technically, from where he started, that's 2, but pretty much 3 positions lost for him, so yeah, he really isn't having the best of days.
I mean, to be fair, he is on the mediums, and he's hasn't completely been dropped off from the top 2.
Oh!
So when their
Oh, I
tires
thought he
start to
almost spun
go,
there.
we should start reeling him back in.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, that is a good point. He is, in terms of strategy in front, so maybe he can... Oh, and that is Schumacher with a 3-second penalty, and we know that those can be deadly. And I really hope that doesn't... Well, it probably will not help him come the end of the race. Higgsy trying to make the move around the outside, not quite able to just yet though.
Just gonna go for it. Oh, my checker kind of pushes him off track.
Oh, Higgsy gets
He's
a brilliant
going-
run there. And he takes Zave. Jacob is going to be flying past Schumacher for P2. And that is the Renault. That's a Renault 1-2. Already, that is really good from them. Jacob especially has done really well. Let's see how many places he's gone up actually. He's gone up, whoa, Jacob up 11 places already. And he's got P, that is a brilliant job. If he can keep it up, I think he'll be definitely a driver of the day. But that is brilliant, and that is, yeah, also a Renault 1-2. So, very good from the Renault team there.
And Bearded Beer's up 9 as well. He's up to 11th.
Oh yeah, after his...
Dead last.
Yeah, he obviously only managed to set 1 lap in quali, and yeah, he's done very well, almost in the points. Oh, as I say that, he gets a 3-second penalty. Hopefully that doesn't affect him too much, but yeah, we've definitely jinxed him there. Ooh, Oxy and Skinny Fishbone having a big old battle here. Dino with a 3-second time penalty.
Dusty's right on the back of Dave.
Penalty for Gusty there.
Schumacher's pitting.
Yeah, that is the first main pitter other than those with wing damage, but onto the medium compound tyres he goes. Will they get to the end? I'm not too sure. I think he may hit again. I don't know the lifespan of those, but we'll wait and see, I suppose. But does that mean that it's going to be soon time to pit? He was on a soft, so we'll have to wait and see. I reckon that may show that we will be seeing a lot of the guys coming into pit. Obviously, people like Steve and Matt on the mediums will be waiting a while longer.
And they'll probably come in around lap 14, 15. Oh.
Ooh. And Gusty, following behind Zaid here, is really struggling. He gets a penalty, and I think that the dirty air coming through Sector 2 is very difficult to deal with, because he was all over the place.
Yeah, it's very challenging. The car wants to understeer like crazy, following another car through there.
And that is the pits for Snake, Higgsy and Zaid. I presume all of those will be coming onto the either more mediums or softs, I think. Yeah, second pair of softs for Higgsy and new mediums for, who's that? I'm trying to see. There's a lot of people pitting, it's hard to tell. Snake and Zaid, I believe. Torpedo, I think, came in as well, yeah. They're all going to be coming out very closely in the pits. And oh, that's some contact, and that is Dino and Steve colliding into each other. Steve's come off the worst that he got completely spun around and straight into the grass. He has come away with no damage. He has lost a lot of time and a lot of places there. Who was the other one? Yeah, that is not good. They were, I believe it, yeah, Dino got a good run on him after Steve, I don't know, they weren't pitting, but yeah, they got a very good run on him. And whatever happened, I don't know, but yeah.
I missed that.
Just someone went down the inside, cut the other off, and yeah, the rest obviously we saw, but not ideal there. We've got a three-car train here.
Schumacher gonna send it.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah, he
does. That was good. That was a very, very nice send down the inside of Bearded Beer there. And Bearded Beer, he hasn't pit, but he's up to P6, which is very good for him. Schumacher getting Fradders as well. He collides with him. Luckily no one got sent anywhere, but there was definitely some contact. No wing damage, so is that wing damage for Fradders actually? That may be an end plate. See if there's a better, if the game gives us a better angle here. I think that is. Yeah, that's an end plate missing for Fradders. That may affect him. This track you do need some downforce for. So we'll have to see how he deals with that. Asda goes into the pits. His teammate has as well. Was that a... No, they've hit different laps. I was going to say, I thought that maybe that was a double stop, but I think his teammate might get him here. Well, it's going to be close. Not quite. Asda's a bit further ahead, but the two Renaults pulling off that strategy very well, because Matt will... Well, it depends. Matt will be pitting soon. Well, not soon, but sometime soon, so... they so far are in the window of getting him. It's about 20 seconds, 22 seconds for a pit stop.
Passing Dino on the straight, real much of a challenge there.
Yeah, that is definitely the case for a lot of moves on that straight. If you're close behind through the last corner, you've pretty much got them already, because There's no work really have to be done.
Becker going down the inside of Gusty. Turn 4.
Ooh, pretty good move there. Nice and clean, and ooh, is Gusty gonna... Well, Gusty definitely thinks about it. He's still sticking his nose in, but Checker's keeping ahead.
It's like, hey, don't forget about me.
Yeah, don't leave me behind. Let's see, take the position. I think he probably... Yeah, he definitely were able to. Checker pulls along to the inside, but there just really is anything he can do. Now that's Gusty back up. We almost went down the inside Checker.
Oh, Schumacher's around in that sector 2.
Ooh, that is not good. Oh, straight into the wall. He's not out, but I can imagine if that was real life and you could damage your rear wing, he would be gone. That is some heavy contact, and yeah, luckily no damage because he hit the back of his car, but he's fallen all the way down to P11. I hate to say it, but the race so far for Schumacher has been horrible. Very unfortunate for him. He got taken a few places on the start, and yeah, this as well, really not ideal.
We're just gonna have the DRS on peer-to-peer. Being easy. Surprised there's not more of a DRS train anywhere.
Yeah, I was sort of expecting there to be one, but there hasn't really been much of them.
The most I've seen is 3 cars.
Yeah, I saw one for 3, but it was only for a few laps, and then it sort of disappeared.
Oh. X is into the wall. Instead of the S's for sector 2. Wing damage.
Ooh, safety car.
And that's a safety car.
So, that confirms your prediction of there being one safety car. And there it is, lap 15. Let's see if anyone takes this opportunity to go into the pits. Obviously, Higgs will, he has no wing, but a few others taking it.
It's a hard thing to judge because I don't know what you would go on to right now. Mediums are going to be hard to take to the end. You don't really want to go on hards because they're not very good. And then if another safety car comes out, if you lost any positions while you're on the hards, hoping to gain them back by everybody pitting a second time, you're scratch that off.
Yeah. Well, Matt is on the hards. A few people at the back are on the hards, so I think Matt's the one to look at most importantly because he's in 3rd position. And if, as you say, the hards are difficult to race with, depends. Maybe he's planned it, but hopefully he it isn't affected too much from going on to them. We'll have to see. As well, on the safety car restart, they are the most difficult to get warmed up, so
yeah.
May
and now it's cloudy too.
There. Yeah, that is.
So the track temp has gone down. Everybody kind of just not sure what to do. Got some new mediums out there, a lot of new hards, and some new softs. See how it all plays out.
Yeah, we've got a pretty colourful mix of tyres on, but yeah, I mean, the top 10 all on, not all, but very different tyre choices, so we may see, well, whoever has the best strategy, we may see going to the top, but we've got a safety car queue starting to form up. It will wait for probably probably not this lap, probably next lap, hopefully, once everyone's caught up.
You've got to drive through for speeding under the safety. There must be a delta still.
Oh, that is one of the worst penalties in the game, in my opinion. It's just so painful to get. But yep, he'll have to serve that sometime after the.
Ooh. Watching Schumacher struggling on the hards. He just,
Ooh,
oh no.
yeah. Another spin for Schumacher. Sort of going like the real Mick Schumacher's day. Not great, I think it's safe to say.
I don't know if he was trying to warm the rears up by spinning them.
Yeah, well, he's almost caught up now. But yeah, safety car will be coming in, well, this lap.
Confirmation, safety car in this lap.
Right, here we go, on board with Asda, who's going to be leading the pack. I wonder if him and his teammate are in a party. If they can try and organise when to go. Here we go, he's off, pulling away. Let's see who can take advantage from the restart. It's very close up the front, very far actually up the front really. I don't think anyone's going to be making much of a move just yet.
field got spread very drastically
Yeah,
on
really
that race
quickly there. Everyone is already spread out now. Yellow flags. Wild Nissan is in the grass. Someone else, I think.
I believe him and LV are
Oh yeah,
lap.
they are. More yellow flags. Nissan again. Not having a good time. Ooh. Beastian is stationary on the track.
And he just let the whole field go
Yeah.
by.
Interesting, he just completely stopped. Yeah, it's difficult when you're lapped on a safety car because you don't really know what to do, because you don't want to just let everyone through, but that is kind of what you have to do, so it's not
Yeah,
a
the
good
best thing
situation to be in.
is on the straight is just kind of good then.
Yeah.
And get it out of the way.
Unfortunately, this game can be funny with letting you unlap yourself, so you sort of just have to take it and let everyone through.
This might be a proper battle between King and Az the rest of this race. Right on the back of him.
I want to be careful, because obviously they are teammates, so... Ooh, someone's... Who's that? There was someone just dropped down a lot of spots, but... I think that's one of the Mercedes. Nissan was slowing, but other than that, yeah, I think everyone's okay now. Battle here with Checker and Bearded. Spear. Checker coming out on top. DRS has been enabled.
Also got Dino sneaking up right underneath him.
This might be a bit of a DRS train. Oh, it's not enabled yet for these guys, but ERS, I guess, train. Yeah, without the DRS, it's not as powerful on the straight.
Looks like Dino hit the back of the bearded bear there. Slight tap. I don't know if there's any damage. Its wing looks intact still.
Ooh, he went very far off the track there. You might be able to get him here with DRS, he's very close behind. Yeah, I think he's got him here. Down the inside. And that is P8 for Dino. Checker is close to Fradders as well now. A bit of Beer and Dino both dropped back a bit with Fradders into the pits. He has had 8 laps on those softs, or 9 now technically, so they probably are getting a bit worn. And I reckon you could probably go on the mediums for the end here, couldn't you?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so just looking at who is going to have to pit again, I reckon pretty much... Ooh, I have to cut myself off here. Higsby make the move on Gusty, just about. Gusty might have the inside line though. Higsby round the outside, going very deep off the circuit here, actually, and he comes back on. Bit dodgy there. Luckily no contact, but it looked close. I think Higsy's got the spot. Yeah, what I was saying, I think the Renault guys might have to pit again. But yeah, they will have to pit again. I don't think they can get to the end.
Who has got a time penalty?
Ooh. Yeah, Matt actually, technically at the moment, Matt is winning
Right on the,
because
yeah, he's just
he has no
staying
penalties.
right with him.
So
He doesn't have to pit again.
Matt may have made a good call here in his choice, and he's done well not to get any penalties. Touch wood though, because we still have a bit of the race left. But yeah, getting those penalties really has not helped. And I mean, yeah, like I say this every week, consistency and cleanliness is key, because as we can see here, getting penalties can cost you a win sometimes. That possibly might be the case for Asda. Higgsy getting close to beer. Yellow flag, someone's off.
Schumacher's in the wall.
Oh no, another spin. Another off Schumacher. Ooh, that was close. Into the pits for Torpedo and Snake. But yeah, Schumacher, he's done well to keep it out of not getting any damage, but yeah, his race and a penalty on top of it has really not gone well. Very unfortunate. And a safety car, and he's out. Oh, just as I went off him as well. Just as I went off. He is out in the... That's a weird spot to car. That's where Valtteri Bottas had his pretty
Big
dangerous
shunt
crash.
last year. Was that last year or 2 years ago?
I think it was 2019.
Yeah.
I believe, yeah. But that is him out at turn... I think that's just about before turn 17. So that is, yeah. That is, well, the worst you can get, I suppose. Luckily, he brought the safety car out, so that's sort of impeding. Actually, I wonder whether Asda will pit. I think it could be an idea to do so.
Yeah, it's mediums or softs.
Yeah, he's pitting, no surprise there.
You're going to be, let's see, about 10 laps on softs, 9 or 10 laps, so you can take them. Since you're under safety car.
I reckon softs if they have any. But it is a double stack for Renault, so there will be a loss of time for Jacob, and Matt is pitting as well. So Matt will probably, he won't jump Asda, but I reckon Matt will definitely jump Jacob, which is unfortunate, but nothing he could have done. He sort of had to take it. 5-second penalty for Oxy, and I believe Bearded Beer as well. Gusty choosing not to pit. So I wouldn't agree with that. He is on the hards, and I reckon he might suffer a little bit on the restart. We'll have to see though. Interestingly, we've seen mediums and softs. I would assume that those guys on the mediums probably don't have a new pair of softs to go on, because otherwise I would think they'd go on it. But I can only presume that's the case. It may affect them, but then there isn't too much of a difference. Softs are faster, but I reckon they can hold themselves and may be alright. Especially as, well, Matt is in the best spot because he has no penalties. And obviously they're going to be very bunched up after safety car, so he is going to be in a good position. He is pretty much net P1. Well, he is net P1, so he can't complain of that.
He just has to stay with Asda and possibly pass him if he can.
3-second penalty for Skinny Fishbone. Alright, safety car will be coming in on this lap then, as everyone is now caught up. And we'll have 10 laps left of the race.
Torpedo can stay with the pack. He can gain some more positions.
Yeah, definitely he'll...
Certainly for save in football. Based off of penalties that people have currently.
There we go, safety car lights are off and it is coming in this lap. I want to watch Gusty. He is on 9 lap old hards and he's got people on very fresh tyres behind him. So he's probably going to be the most nervous coming in for this restart. Here we go, Asda once again leading the pack for the restart. Let's see, they're a bit closer than last time. Matt is close to Gusty. I don't think he's going to get him though. But I reckon soon he definitely will be. They are very close here. Yellow flag down the back. I think that's probably lap cars sorting themselves out. There's a move for Dino overtaking Torpedo. We're rhyming there. Matt and Gusty side by side into turn 4. Wing damage,
Oh, there's
I think
a
there.
wing. That looked like a pink wing.
Yeah, that is an end plate missing for Matt in the racing point. Jacob as well makes the move on Gusty. Yeah, as I predicted, Gusty dropping down the order very quickly, but wing damage for Matt, and that is not good. That really isn't good, you can see.
King looks a little leggy on my screen. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, he is. He has got the
Car
P
is
next to
kind
his
of
name.
jumping around everywhere.
But this has not helped Matt. He is looking quite slow. Oh yeah, you can see he's turning in so slowly there, and he's basically just given Jacob that position. Now, he needs to keep 3 seconds behind if he wants to get him on penalties. It's going to be a close one, but we're back up to the Renault 1-2. And we'll definitely keep an eye on Matt, see if he is able to keep that gap. It's not worth pitting. I think he probably just has to keep on with it and try his best. Gusty is getting close to him. Checker's getting close to Gusty as well. Oh, he's getting very close here to Gusty. He's making the move on him. He won't have. DRS won't be enabled, will it, till I believe next lap. Down the inside for Checker. Ooh, has he got him? I think he has. That is Checker up into P4, and we have a Noah's Ark for the top 4. We have 2 Renaults and 2 racing points, which is pretty cool to see. You don't see that very often. Look at that Matt dropping back, and I think if he keeps going at this rate, he'd not be in that 3-second gap he needs, which is very unfortunate. And yeah, the front 4 separated now by a few seconds. So let's have a look at the middle of the grid. Fastest lap for the race leader.
Vito's gonna try and overtake Snake here, it looks like.
Ooh,
The inside of him.
Ooh, he's just been fun there. I think Zola's got him. Yeah, he has. Zul Zabe's out. Zabe Indy retiring. I think that's in the pits. That is unfortunate. Zabe Indy out of the session. Our 2nd retirement of the race. Not too bad. I don't think that's, well, obviously not the worst we've had. I don't think it's the best, but pretty clean race so far, I think, from what I've seen.
Whoa! Snake had to just
Ooh, this is
avoid
close.
Gusty there.
That was so close. I think I'm impressed there that no one got
Now he's
in the collision.
He's just letting everybody else go by.
That is weird.
I think he had room there to get back on track.
Torpedo is pitting. That must be for wing damage. He's only on.
But I respect the fact that he wanted to make sure everybody got through and didn't cause an incident.
Yeah, damage for
Sucks for him
Torpedo.
because now he's now in 12th.
Yeah. I think in the midst of all this, that look at this, Dino is catching up and he's aiming for a podium. He might almost have it.
Right on.
Ooh, he hit Matt. He's hit Matt.
Yeah, he's hit him, touched him twice there, it looked like.
He's gone off the track to get him. Not got any wing damage, but he has got the move. He is on. Ooh, he's on 9 seconds. Matt could still get him because 9 seconds is a big gap.
Oh. Higgsy just got 2 cars past him on. I don't even know what turn that is, but right before stadium.
I'm just looking. I think
one on the inside and one on the out.
I think Skinny Fishbone in P14. He has 27 seconds of penalties, and I think that means that means he's disqualified for XRL rules. I think that may be. Yeah, that is a lot of penalties. I'm trying to see who is going to be moving about. I think Fradders will definitely be going up a few spots because he's got 6. Whereas there's a lot of penalties this race. Wow, a lot more than I thought. But I think there's going to be quite a few changes, and I think Jacob may have the win because he is, 3 seconds.
It was like 4 cars.
But we'll have to wait and see as we come across the line, but for now, Jacob is in that range to get the win, and Matt is still within 9, well, definitely within 9 seconds of Dino.
How many penalties does that have?
He is on 9 seconds. Matt is getting close to Dino. Oh, I think he's got him, he has. Oh, just, maybe not yet. Dino down the inside. Oh, he's just cut him off there. Matt very close to getting him. He may get him because he's got the second spot off DRS. He's very low on energy as well, though. I think he's so close. If he had a bit more energy, he may have got him there. That was definitely some contact. Barging his way through, but he's not able to get the position just yet.
Checker just ran into the back of Matt there and lost his end plate.
Ooh, that is not good for him. 2 end plates, both. Yeah, so that is both racing points with wing damage, one with a bit more than the other, but I reckon they may have, unfortunately... actually, Matt might still be good, but I don't think Checker will be getting a podium or anything like that.
He's got Mike or Zola gonna get up in there and salvage his race.
Yeah, we haven't seen Zola really since the start where he had his collision, but he's done quite well actually.
Higgs is around.
Ooh. That is Higgsy around in the stadium.
Not sure how that happened.
There's a lot of cars, may have been a spin, may have been contact. We'll have to see. Checker into the pits with his wing damage. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Both the racing points doing so well, and now unfortunately only one of them are getting points. I don't be too mean here. I don't think Checker will be getting up into the top 10. Now, not too long left, and there is no one really too near each other. So let's look at time penalties. I think Jacob will, at this rate, be getting Alistair. He needs to stay within 6 seconds of his teammate to get that win. Matt definitely will be getting Dino.
Skinny got disqualified in game.
Oh, that is not good. 27, that's a lot of penalties. 21 seconds for Higgsy, does that mean he's gone as well? Fredders may be getting Gusty. Snake will be getting Bearded Beer. Torpedo will definitely be getting Higgsy, probably Checker as well. And that's about it. A lot of penalties. It's not too surprising. I think we were expecting a lot. I wasn't expecting as much. And 27 for Higgsy. He is gone. He is definitely out of this race, unfortunately. And he's very fast into the pit lane. And he's probably going to retire, I presume. Unless he's pitting. Well, unfortunately, his chances are gone no matter what, really.
Let's getting a little close to Matt here. Towards the stadium.
We are on to the last lap, and yeah, Zola has 12 seconds, so even if he does get Matt,
yeah,
he won't be getting him. And as we move on to the last lap, I'm keeping an eye on Jacob's time. He can't drop any more, really. He needs to stay 6 seconds in with that gap. He is 5, and he's doing alright. We'll have to wait and see, but it might be quite close. Obviously, he can't get another penalty either. Yeah, if he doesn't, still it's a one. I think it's going to be a 1-2 for Renault either way, but it could be all to play for us who gets the top spot. Just keep an eye on these guys until we get near the end of the lap. Alright, let's go on board with Alistair as he comes through my favourite part of the track. You can see Fireworks and smoke starting to go off here. Look at that. Brilliant. Asda, who has done brilliantly. Pole position. Oh, Higsby's out. Pole position. Led most of this race. He's done absolutely excellently. I don't think he'll get the win because Jacob is within that 6 seconds, but he'll get P2. And Jacob takes the win for the Mexican Grand Prix, and it's a Renault 1-2. An absolutely insane performance from both of those drivers. Really well done. Dino comes home in P3. Matt will probably get him on time penalties though. That is Matt, the new driver, with a podium finish on his debut. Really well done. Well done to Dino as well. Zola, after an amazing recovery, gets up to P5. Gusty, P6. Frades in P7. A lot of position changes here with penalties. Football Boss in P8. Frades dropped down to P9. Bearded Beer in P10, just scraping the points after getting up from last place. And let's look at, well, I won't see position changes, but I think Jacob might get driver of the day here because I think he got a lot of positions. But I mean, you can't argue with those results. I think everyone in the top 5 deserved that. They all did so well. Bearded Beer with the in-game driver of the day, but I think King Jacob would also be someone that's done very well. We'll see where he started, but I believe I remember him getting up quite a few places anyway. There we go. That is your podium. Not too often you see a 1-2 here, but it's happened today. The two Renaults definitely deserve this. Both done very well.
Good job, guys. Good job on Matt for hanging in there with basically that whole last stint after the safety car with end plate missing. Get a podium. Mike making a good back drive.
Right, hopefully let's see the results. Oh, I don't think it will.
He started, I think, 13th.
Oh, well, the game hasn't allowed us to see the race results, but very good race. King Jacob with the win, Asda with P2, and Matt in P3. Yeah, a very exciting race. One of the most exciting ones I've had in a while, I think. I believe that is pretty much it then. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
And obviously, as always, I won't be back, but the streams will be here tomorrow. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, Sunday, at 5 PM UK time for our anniversary giveaway announcement of the winners. I'll be in for that one. We believe we have, let me just double check, I believe we have Kenzie and Lopez on comms, two very good commentators there, so make sure you're in for that one and make sure you get your entries in if you haven't. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching today. A very good race. Thank you to the drivers, and I will see everyone next week. Goodbye.